I'm gonna go pee and then we'll start this. Because we got a lot of ground to cover. Okay. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing something inspired by Miss Destiny Sidwell. My breath. Okay, you can't see right now, because they're on the bed. But I've just moved back from uni, like I've finished indefinitely. And I kind of wanted to, because I'm like sorting out storage space and where to keep my books, because I don't actually have a bookshelf, but I own a lot of books and have nowhere to put them. I thought I would show you all of the physical books on my TBR. I have no idea how many there are. There are a few series and I might show them not in order. That's because they're not kept together, because they're all over the place. So you're just going to have to bear in mind it's hot in here and I'm using natural lighting and it's been really like overcast and I can tell that half my face is in the shadow, so I don't know how to deal with that. We're just going to have to work together here. But I will be showing them in no particular order because I'm just not that organised. And I kind of wanted to film and get this out the way now so that it's just done, you know? Okay, where am I going to put the books after I'm done with them? Could put them at the back. I have books that are popular, books that aren't like popular on like TikTok. I have books that aren't. I just have books that are like really old books I nicked from my high school library. But I'll just walk you through them. I'll put them at the back of my bed. It'll be done. So in no particular order, let's start. I'm going to start with these two, just because they're together. And it is the Six of Crows duology. I don't really know anything about it. I have a friend, we bought them together, and she had read them, but I was like reading other books. I do want to read Shadow and Bone first, which will come up later. But I have these. They're really pretty. Haven't got to them yet. Obviously, heard great things. They have been doing their bit. Next, I have A Sorrow Beyond Dreams by Peter Handke, and it's just like a really short book about grief, sort of like prose style. I actually have no idea, but it's tiny, like it disappears. Oh my god, yeah, a super tiny book. I don't know why I've not read it yet. It has been like in my vision field for a while, so the only excuse I have is me, really. The Unbearable Lightness of Being by, I can never read that font, by Milan Kundera. I heard one person say this was really good when I asked them what they were reading in the library, and it's got like a little illustrated dog on it. I'm not going to tell you what every book is about. I'm just going to run through them all. I have Sally Rooney's Beautiful World, Where Are You? It's the only book of hers I own. I did start it once and I got to, I think I finished chapter 1, and I'm not the biggest reader of contemporary literature, which is sort of like the cusp of where her work lies, so I've not read it. The next 5 books I bought in a blind book, not date with a book, but like a blind book mystery box thing. So I have Leanne Moriarty's Big Little Things, which is a TV show apparently. I actually am in love with this glossy cover. Not like the cover itself, but just the texture of glossy covers. We have The Sanatorium by Sarah Pierce, which was a Reese's Book Club pick, so that means it must be good, right? The Couple Next Door by Shari LaPena. The Sight of You by Holly Miller, which is, out of all of them, is the one I was most excited to read. And Charlotte Wood's The Weekend. They're all very different. They're all books I wouldn't pick up if I was in a bookshop. So if you want to do these like mystery things, check on Etsy, because I think those 5 books cost me like £15. So not bad at all. Some more popular ones coming up. We have A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. I will get to it. I just haven't yet. The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. Not read any of her stuff. Page Tune, The One We Fell in Love With. This was given to me by someone I was like shortly friends with in secondary school, and I never read it, and I got to page 29 and I stopped reading it and I didn't give it back to her. So Ellie, if you're watching this, I'm terribly sorry about it. I have Murakami's The Wind-Up Bird Chronicle, because I've been wanting to read his stuff for ages, and this was just the first one I picked up. I don't know if it's the best one or not, but it's the one I picked up. Oh, they're all going to slide. I don't want them to bend. Nothing More to Tell by Karen M. McManus. This is the last book I have to read in her little sister universe of The One of Us Is Lying. So I'm excited to like cap that off. Murakami again with Absolutely on Music, in correspondence with Ozawa, and basically it's them discussing music. Like written similar to a play, it's just discussions on music. It is absolutely just that. Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte and C's Nooteboom Letters to Poseidon. Very different books, neither of which I've read. They Both Die in the End by Adam Silvera. I think I have too many books. I'm not gonna lie. We have Science and Wonders, Conversations About Science and Belief by Russell Stannard. And Selfie, How the West Became Self-Obsessed by Will Storr, which I was going to read for my dissertation, but I didn't. Dan Brown's The Da Vinci Code, Cuckoo Song by Frances Hardinge. Oh, I thought there was a third book there. Again, two very different books. Some horror. I was supposed to read it in October. I didn't. Men in Love by Nancy Friday. This isn't actually like a book to read, it's more like a book for research. It's basically about the female and the male gaze. So I'm just going to toss this somewhere else, because the purposes of reading each of those are different. I'm going to have to move now. They're going to be on this side. Okay. We haven't even got to the books yet. We have Philosophy for Busy People by, is it Alan or Elaine Stephen? I don't know if it's Alan or not. It's a short book. I really have no excuse. I just haven't read it yet. Morning Is Not Permitted by Leslie Wilson. And June by Frank Herbert, the first book in the... Oh, fucking hell. The first book in the June series. I meant to read it, but I started reading it, got to page 35, and realised that there are no chapters. It is just one solid book of text. And I would realise that if I was on TikTok when the whole reading June in one sitting was like a trend, because I'm an idiot. I haven't watched the movie though. I didn't want to watch the movie. Before the Coffee Gets Cold, Tales from the Cafe. I've read the first one, really enjoyed the first one. It was the first book I finished this year. Want to read that one and then the third one. Good Girl Complex by Elle Kennedy. Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. Excited for this because I'm pretty sure the third one I think comes out in November. I might be wrong. Ruth Ozeki's The Book of Form and Emptiness. And Michael Faber, The Book of Strange New Things. And these two are some of the prettiest books I own. Like, oh my god, look at it in the warm light. That's so cool. I love it so much. Okay, we have Ian McEwan's Atonement and David Mitchell Cloud Atlas. I've seen the movie for this. Don't know anything about this. I picked it up in the hallway because it was like free stuff if you want to take it, and I was like, I do. Next we have The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I'm so late to this game, but I was going to read it and then I didn't read it after Sarah Caroli said that she didn't enjoy it. And I got nervous because I've read one book by Taylor Jenkins Reid and I loved it, and it was Daisy Jones and the Six. Anyway, and then we have The Republic by Plato. I've got, my book collection is very vast. Twisted Games by Anna Huang, another series I'm dying to finish. David Fennell, The Art of Death. Like a mystery, crime mystery, I don't know. Trinity Hall, oh my god. Trinity by Louisa Hall is about Robert Oppenheimer and the creation of the atomic bomb. James Joyce, A Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man, another short classic I just haven't read yet. Just Got Real by Jane Fallon. The Maidens by Alex, is it Michaelides? I really like Silent Patient, so I bought this. Stephen King, Billy Summers, and Leo Tolstoy's Anna Karenina. Anna Karenina. This one, we're almost out of the box. It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. Why Has Nobody Told Me This Before by Dr. Julie Smith, and How to Find Love in a Bookshop by Veronica Henry. This book looks so cute, and I quite enjoy reading books about bookish people. Book Lovers by Emily Henry, some of my favourite work. I also really enjoyed, I read a book earlier this year about a library. I don't remember who it was by, but see how much I liked that one. I did actually enjoy it quite a bit. So, this book. It should just be like a cute, fluffy little romance. The Spanish Love Deception by Elena Armes. Beach Read by Emily Henry. Verity by Colin Hoover. And this is the last Colin Hoover book I ever bought. And will probably be the last one I will ever read. Shatter Me, and the rest of the series will follow it at some point, by Tara Maffei. And then I have the Shadow and Bone trilogy by Leigh Bardugo, and The American Roommate Experiment, again by Elena Armes. So I do have quite a lot of like popular novels, if you will, and then some like classics, and then some just like generalised stuff that I feel like you'd find like in a shop, like as stuff. You know how like old people read like Dilly Court. No shade on Dilly Court, just not my stuff. Okay. Next I have this box, and it is 6, 7, 8, 9. It's about 12 books deep and 4 across. So I'm just going to take out the Shatter Me series, which I received the novels for Christmas, just not the novellas. So I have part of it. Enough to read like the first 2, I think. So I've got these. Is that one as well? Yeah. I don't know what order they go in. I'll figure it out when I get to them. But Glorious, Born to Run by Michael Morpurgo. Oh my god. I'm literally going to hate myself for doing this. We have Sarah Winman's Still Life. This was going around quite a bit on my Instagram last year. We have Strangers by C.L. Taylor. It's just a 3 person's point of view on the same crime, and they're strangers and it happens in front of them. They sort of go through it together. We have I Think You'll Find It's a Bit More Complicated Than That by Ben Goldacre. Sorry, in a charity shop. I don't really know what it's about, but I was like, I kind of loved the simplicity of the cover, so I just took it. I was like, you're coming home with me. There are a few books in here that I can't read because I picked them up in like charity shops, and they're the second in a series. So this is the second, Alex Shaw's Cold Black. This isn't, but we have Christina Jones' Heaven Sent and Other Woman by Kathy Kelly. Some cute chick flick romance. Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen in this lovely miniature hardback. John Steinbeck's The Grapes of Wrath. Fighter Boys by Patrick Bishop. Dunkirk by Joshua Levine, with the pictures of Harry Styles in it from set. We have Keep Knee Deep in Life by Laura Belbin. This is a non-fiction. I do have quite a few non-fictions. I have Becoming by Michelle Obama. Usually all my non-fictions are hardback, which is kind of weird, but we roll with it. I also have How Love Works by Jeff and Sue Allen. Rachel Joyce, The Music Shop and Seekers by Erin Hunter, which is a book I started when I was in year 6, so I was 10, and I never finished it. But I'm determined, because I used to be obsessed with it. I used to carry it everywhere, I just never finished it, so I'm gonna determined to plough through it once and for all. These are actually not my books, and I'm not going to read them, so I'm just going to leave those out. Okay. We've got Millie Johnson's Afternoon Tea at the Sunflower Cafe. Molly Keane, Loving Without Tears, which is a modern classic. I have no idea what it's about. I don't even want to know. Like, don't ask me, I'm not. But I have my friend for my birthday and for Christmas gets me charity shop books because it's affordable, and why not? Dear Mrs. Bird by A.J. Pierce and Brian Clegg's In-Flight Science, A Guide to the World from Your Aeroplane Window. I don't know if I'll read this, but I've definitely looked in it at least once. And I feel like that counts a lot for like non-fictions like that. We also have Richard Osman's The Man Who Died Twice. I haven't read the first one. I got to like chapter 6 and I just couldn't get into it, so I'm going to try it again after having read some other like crime and mystery things. I feel like it will help a lot because I was heavily in a romance era before I started uni again in September. So Blood Orange by Harriet Tice and How the Brain Lost Its Mind by Alan Roper and B.D. Burrell. When I bought Blood Orange in the charity shop, I bought it because obviously I thought it sounded interesting, and then I saw loads of TikToks about it, so I'm hoping it'll be good. We have Wine Reads, a literacy anthology of wine writing edited by J. McInerney. I don't know how to say your name, I apologise. We have Donna Tartt's The Little Friend. I'm still partway through The Goldfinch, so there's that. Alice Walker's The Colour Purple. Patricia Cornwall's Autopsy, which sounded very, very interesting when I saw it in Asda. Oh, here we go. Richard Osman's The Thursday Murder Club. And This Book Could Fix Your Life, which I started in my first year of university and I just felt like I needed it anymore, so I stopped reading it. But I've read better written like self-help books, so not the biggest fan. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. We have Deborah Mogach, The Carer. It's a very short one. Don't know why I haven't read it, but very interesting. I have The Second World War by the New York Times. Oh no, by the Times, sorry, not the New York Times. By Peter Chessord. I don't know. It's fine. We don't ask questions here, we just sort of accept what is. Okay. I've got 4 piles left and then we're done. I have The Plague by Graham Masterton. What a cool last name. I have nowhere to put this shit. Okay. How to Stop Time by Matt Haig. A Man Called Ove, or see, I say Ove, but some people say Ove, by Frederick Backman. And Kazu Ishiguro's Clara and the Sun. One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston and Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. The Particle and at the End of the Universe by Sean Carroll. Oh my god, I'm so excited to read this book. Okay, I have Husband Material by Alexis Hall. However, I do not have boyfriend material because my friend had planned to buy it for me. I couldn't find it in Waterstones when I bought this. My friend had planned to buy it for me at Christmas time, but she had accidentally bought this one, so she's going to buy me the first one for my actual birthday again this year. And then I have The Astronomer's Tale, A Life Under the Stars by Gary Fields. Only 3 left. It'll be fine. Oh my god, my mouth is so dry. Half a World Away by Mike Gale. The Diary of a Bookseller by Sean Bithell. Fault in Our Stars by John Green. I've not read it. I wasn't into that stuff when it was like at its peak. So there you go. Unbreak Your Heart by Katie Marsh, Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie, and Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine by Gail Honeyman. And obviously there is a reputation that precedes this book. I don't know what it is, but I know there is one. We have Suddenly Single by Carol Wire, and The Periodic Table by Primo Levi. It's a tiny book. It's so small. It's literally the size of my hand. I'm excited about this though. It's like when I say it's tiny, I mean the text is like Bible size. Like 0.9. Okay, we have Samuel's Wings by Hilton Pashley. This is another one. It's like a teen child's book. However, it's the second one in a series. Can't really hate on that. I don't know. Okay, I might need to go to a charity shop to donate some books. On my library, we have The Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Society by Mary Ann Shafter and Anne Barrows. Obviously this is a series on Netflix. I have not seen it. I have Ghost Written by David Mitchell. Oh, well there you go. I also have Cloud Atlas. I didn't know that. He wrote more than one. Baby It's Cold Outside. This is a Christmas book. I started it in Christmas. It is tabbed. I don't know if you can tell. By Emily Bell. And I'm not gonna lie, I was cringing a little bit. Like, the quality of the book is not it. And it's just like, I don't know. I wasn't loving it. So, it's not Christmas. I'm not about to force myself to read it now. I just haven't read it. Millie Johnson's My One True North. I started this book the beginning of 2022. Then I got COVID and I felt so ill. I just couldn't continue. I have Robert Louis Stevenson's The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Classic. I have Truman Capote's In Cold Blood. The Course of Love by Elaine de Botton, which was inspired by Harry Styles. And Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng. I gave her Lies one, I don't remember what it's called, like 2.5, 3 stars. I hated it. It was my first contemporary literature. I didn't know what was going on. So I'm a bit skeptical about starting that one, but you have to let me know if it's any good. How I Live Now by Meg Rosoff, and Things My Girlfriend and I Have Argued About by Mill Millington. And our last stack of about 13 books is Torn by Rosie Lewis, Love Me Not by Catherine de Bono, A Pair of Blue Eyes by Thomas Hardy, Ali Smith's The Accidental, After Tomorrow by Gillian Cross, and I've met this lady. I bought this at a literary festival in my town and I was her assistant basically. Jane Fallon's Faking Friends, Jane Fallon Getting Rid of Matthew. Jane Fallon is I don't know if she's British, I'm presuming she is. British author who is always in charity shops, and I'm pretty sure her stuff is good. Though it is always in charity shops, so maybe that's why it's not good. But I'll have to keep you posted, you know? At Last Alive, Anxiety and Panic Free by Paul David. Fire Colour 1 by Jenny Valentine. The Child in Time by Ian McEwan, so another Ian McEwan book. And our last two, we have Annie Grove's Where the Heart Is. This was another blind date with a book, so I picked it up. It's like a period drama. And then my final book, I'm severely out of breath and severely dehydrated. I have Stuff Matters by Mark Myerdamnik. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. It's sort of like a non-fiction, but it looked really cool on the front, so I was like, why not? It's just things, but it looks cool. I don't know how many books that is. I will count, and it will be in the title, and you will have seen that, but right now I'm not counting it. I did think of keeping a tally every time I pulled a book up, but I'm not doing that. So, for someone who doesn't read a lot, I own a lot of books. But let me know if there are books on here that you've probably read that were really good or really bad. Just let me know if they were good or bad. Even if they're bad, it probably won't deter me as much as I feel like people fear it might. But just tell me your experiences. Tell me what ones I should read before others. If there's like anything good, if there's any new books out there. Because I made a deal with my friend that I wasn't going to read any more books until I reached my Goodreads goal before my birthday. My birthday is August 13th and my Goodreads goal is 75 and I'm currently on 28. My Goodreads is down below. If you want to check it out, you're more than welcome to. Not much anything exciting goes on over there. You just see the amount of books I think I can read and then the ones I actually do read. And that's basically it. But for now I am going to organise these and pick out the books I want to read. Basically my TBR until I'm finished reading those particular books. But I thank you for watching. I hope you have a good day. And I hope your books are good. I hope you don't have masses of books like I do for no reason whatsoever. And if you do, I'm glad we're in this together. 3-point POV perspective. Oh my god, it's